Welcome to the One Star Week Foot Show, FIFA 21 edition, starring your host, One Star Weak Foot, and our review specialist, One Star Weak Foot. Bow! Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and welcome to the One Star Weak Foot Show, your one-stop shop for player reviews. I'm going to be your host today, One Star Weak Foot, and it makes me feel so excited to see you guys back on the channel, to see you guys back here for some FIFA 21 content. Today's gonna be our first FIFA 21 review, and like we always do on this channel, we do it big. We're doing a double review. Now you might be wondering at home, who am I reviewing? I mean, I could review anybody since we haven't touched on any players yet this year. But we had to hone in on Team of the Week 1. As you guys know, it's one of the rarest Team of the Weeks that you're going to see all year long. So I decided I had to hone in on two players, two of the paciest players in this Team of the Week. Informed Fati and Informed Lozano. Alright, so let's take a look at these cards. The first one's going to be Informed Fati. And when you look at this card, man, he has all the makings of an early game beast. He's 5'10". He has the high medium work rates. He's right-footed with a 4-star combination. I played 5 games. In my placement matches with him, I got 4 goals and 3 assists. Before we go any further, if you're enjoying the content, if you want more content like this, do me a favor, hit the like button down below. And if you're new to the channel, as always, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all you guys at home for watching this video. So, when you look at this card, man, I mean, there's a couple things here that I really like about the card. We have the pace. 90 pace looks very nice. His shooting is a bit hit or miss. I mean, he has the 82 finishing, which of course is going to be very nice. He has the outside the foot shot trait. As we know, it's an important thing to have. There's a few things I don't like though. The attack positioning and the shot power are not that nice at all. To help mitigate that, I did throw a dead eye cam style on him, which does bring his attack positioning and shot power up considerably. His passing is pretty decent at this stage of the game. I mean, 74 passing on the winger, on the striker type player. It's not too shabby. His dribbling at 84 looks solid. Again, there are some stats I don't like here with the 74 reactions and the 77 composure, and his physical stats are not that great. All right, 54 strength, 72 stamina are of course things we don't want to see on a card. The other card we do want to talk about here is 83 Informed Lozano. I mean, he kind of lost his way in Napoli when Ancelotti was managing him, but here we are, and we have an Informed Lozano. He has picked it up ever since Gattuso has taken over. And when you look at this card, he looks like an absolute beast. 5'9", high-low work rates, right-footed. He has a 4-star, 3-star combination. I played 5 games. Once you get into my placement matches with him, I got 8 goals and 5 assists. And when you look at this card, there is a lot to like here. He has the pace. He has the decent shooting. Most importantly, what I do like about the card is this 82 attack positioning. That's very nice. That's crucial. We have the 78 finishing. The dribbling stats look absolutely insane as well. He does have a lack of composure, but his reactions are noticeably better than Fati's card. And his physical does bring a lot to the table. He has 80 stamina, 60 strength, 68 aggression, which isn't too great, but once again, is a step up on Fati's card. On this card, I did decide to throw a finisher chem style on him. EA has changed the chem styles quite a bit this year, and the finisher seems to be the new sniper chem style. That brings his finishing up to the 90s, his attack positioning and shot power up to almost 90, and his dribbling stats up considerably. So, without further ado, I'm going to take you over to our review specialist in the studios, One Star Week. Take it away. Thanks, One Star. It's great to see you guys back again. It's your boy One Star Week for the review specialist, and we have a double review for you guys to start off FIFA 21. The first card we're gonna be talking about here is 81 Ansu Fati. Is he worth 30K? Because that's what Footbin has quoted him at. And I have to say, absolutely. I think it's a decent value. I don't think he's an amazing card, but I do think he's a decent card overall. We're going to break down the stats, though, so you know exactly what to expect at home. So, first we're going to talk about his pace. He has 90 pace, and this guy is absolutely rapid. He pretty much runs amok over all these slow defenders on this game, and he gets in behind the defensive line very effectively. He's very quick on the ball, and overall, I gotta give his pace a 9.5 out of 10. At this stage of the game, this guy is an absolute speed demon. Next, we're gonna talk about shooting, and I have a few things to say here. I do. The first thing we're gonna talk about is his attack positioning. He has 74 attack positioning, and I definitely did notice it in game. There were a few times in game where Lozano had the ball. He was waiting to lay it off to Fati. I was waiting for a run, and then waiting for a run again, and this guy just was not making it. I did find him to be lazy for somebody who has a high attacking work rate, and Lozano on the other end definitely had noticeably better attack positioning. His finishing though was pretty reliable. He has 82 finishing in and around the box on either foot. If you get it from a good angle, that thing's gonna hit the back of the net. His shot power at 73, I did not notice to make a really big difference at all. His long shots are not that great. Overall, this guy's finishing is, or his shooting is, I should say, a 7.5 out of 10. He does have a decently reliable finish, but his attack positioning and his shot power do leave a bit to be desired. Next, we'll talk about his passing, and unfortunately, I do have to say this guy felt average as far as passing goes. I mean, his vision is 72. His short passing is 78 with 75 long passing. And I will say, he's not a slouch as far as linking up play goes, but do not try anything too complicated with this guy. I mean, over the top through balls were mediocre. His passes under pressure noticeably were just okay. Overall, this guy's passing is a 7 out of 10. I mean, he's not going to really let you down, but he's not what I would call a playmaker. Next, we'll talk about his dribbling. He has 84 dribbling, and there are some standout stats here. The first thing we're going to talk about is his 94 agility and 87 balance. These are huge stats because EA has dropped, or not necessarily dropped, but nerfed dribbling on this game compared to last year. So you need players with agility and balance to be able to turn, just to be able to do anything on the ball. And this Fati card does feel light on the ball. He's able to turn very, very nicely. I really enjoyed that. What I will say lets him down, though, is his 74 reactions and his 77 composure. There were a lot of areas where he was in tight areas in the box. He was trying to wiggle his way into the box, and his reactions and composure let him down. He was dispossessed in areas I didn't see Lozano being dispossessed in. I do think it's those two stats really coming into effect. His skill moves were very, very nice though, and on the ball I will say he's very nice. He's very good. Overall, this guy's dribbling is an 8 out of 10. Finally, we'll be talking about his physical, and he did feel quite weak, to be honest. He has 54 strength, 54 aggression, so this guy got bullied off the ball. And with the slower gameplay of FIFA 21 so far, and the nerf dribbling, I did notice it to be a con. His 72 stamina, once again, he will need a sub. That's the unfortunate thing about it. Even at the striker position, which is where I did play him, he did get tired at the end of the game. His jumping is 82, which is actually surprising. He was decent in the air, but his heading accuracy means that he won't hit the back of the net very often. Overall, this guy's physical is a 7 out of 10. Alright guys, so what does the final verdict on this card? I think he's a very good card, alright? He has the pace, he does have a decent dribble on him, and his finish is very solid. So if you need a striker, a cheap striker with some really good links that you could build around, I think he's decent. His value is sure to stay around the 20-30k mark, at least for the next few weeks, because Team of the Week 1 is very rare, so I do think he's going to be a good value. He does have a few cons though. His attack positioning is pretty bad, his passing is pretty average, and physically he does get bullied quite a bit. Overall, I gotta give him an 8 out of 10. He's a good starter game attacker, but he's nothing really more than that. The next card we're gonna be talking about here is Chucky Lozano. He's going for 60k on Footbin. Is he worth it? I would have to say absolutely. Is he twice the player Fati is? I would say no, but he's noticeably better. We're going to break down the stats though, so you know exactly what to expect. So, first we'll talk about his pace. He has 95 pace, and absolutely, you notice this in game, absolutely, this guy's blistering. He is quick. This guy beats the defensive line every single time. He explodes out of the L1 fake shot. He explodes out of the heel-to-heel, and it's just a joy. This guy literally ran past defenders for fun. Overall, this guy's pace is a 10 out of 10. He is an absolute monster as far as pace goes. Next, we're going to talk about shooting. He has 79 shooting. Very similar stats to Fati, but in-game, I did feel that he made more reliable runs into the box. It's because of his attack positioning at 82, boosted to 86 with a finisher chem style. This guy made very nice runs. That in conjunction with his pace made him very, very hard to defend for defenders. And his finishing at 78, if you get on his right foot, was very reliable. Inside the box, I mean, this guy scored almost everything. His left foot is not that great, so do keep that in mind. His shot power at 80 definitely was noticeable. He had a noticeably much more powerful shot than Fati, which helped him in very tight areas. Overall, this guy's shooting is an 8 out of 10. I think his best position will be at the striker position, or maybe as an inside forward, just because of this stat on this card. Next, we're going to talk about his passing, and it was noticeably very mediocre. He has slightly worse passing stats than Fati. In game, they felt very similar as far as passing goes. His vision is 76. His short passing is 77. So because of that, he's not really going to let you down, per se, as far as build-up goes, but he's not somebody I would play at cam. He's not somebody I would class as a playmaker. The link-up between him and Fati was quite mediocre at times. Overall, this guy's passing is a 7 out of 10. It's mediocre, nothing great, nothing bad. Next, we'll talk about this dribbling, and even though he has 84 as his dribbling stat, just like Fati, he feels much more better on the ball. The first thing we're going to address is his smoothness on the ball, and of course, it feels amazing. He has 93 agility, 78 balance, which I didn't find to affect him, and this guy pirouettes on the ball. He tiptoes. He makes it feel like it's FIFA 20 again with the dribbling. He's very, very nice. His reactions to 81 definitely helped him in tight areas, but his composure is 76. Did affect his finishing, I noticed. If there were a lot of defenders around him, especially if there were good defenders, especially if they had a good angle on him, he did miss some shots that he should have made. Overall, though, this guy's dribbling is very, very nice, noticeably better than Fati's, and I gotta give it an 8.5 out of 10. Finally, we'll be talking about his physical, and it was actually decent, I have to say. He has 80 stamina. He lasted all game at the striker position. If you bring him into FUT Champs, though, I do anticipate you may need a sub. His strength and aggression is about 10 points higher than Fati's, and I do think you notice it in game. He's able to ride the challenge better. He's able to hold his own in the box. He's able to get shots off that Fati was unable to. However, he's still somebody who will get bullied, so don't try to shield with him too much. Overall, this guy's physical is a 7.5 out of 10. Alright guys, so what's the final verdict on this card? I think this card is a noticeably better card than Fati. I mean, his pace is better. His finishing around the box with his positioning is definitely better. I would say his passing was just about the same, and his dribbling was a little bit better as well as his physical. Overall, I gotta give him an 8.5 out of 10. He's a great early game attacker. I think he'll be very good, at least for the next month or two. I do think his best position would be as a striker or an inside forward once again. You just gotta make sure you don't get it on his left foot, and he's gonna be golden. Alright guys, so that's gonna be my double review for today. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next video, but until then,